Taking a look at today's energy markets, I want to focus on WTI today. Pretty big move in the space, not only WTI, but Brent. Actually, Brent moving twice as much as WTI to the downside today. WTI under some selling pressure. We did see a volatile session today with a lot of data points coming out, but WTI currently right around the 54.80 level. Now, the WTI, when you look at the price action, the most recent price action, this is the third straight day of lower price action in the contract, and pointing out, as I mentioned, some of the data points coming out the last couple of days, maybe indicating or putting some downward pressure on the crude space as a whole. And you have to look first at the EIA number released today, a much larger build than expected, 5.7 million barrel build. Also, the refinery run rate, I think that's another number that and consideration that needs to be pointed to, because that's part of the reason why we're seeing these inventory builds, but also we're seeing oil coming off the market to some degree, or at least not being processed as actively as it has been. And we're also seeing some initiatives coming out of OPEC and OPEC Plus. Now, I can tell you that another interesting dynamic today was there was an informal invitation from OPEC Plus for Brazil to join the coalition. And that'll be something that'll probably be discussed in the December meeting, but there is word out there that Brazil has been asked to join the OPEC coalition. So I think that's an interesting dynamic moving forward for the crude space. And also, we had some other numbers coming out today. We had GDP, which was a little bit better than expected, but really the big number was the Fed release. And with that, we saw the markets react quite significantly. Now, the Fed did cut 25 basis points, and now appears they're going to be on hold for the next few meetings. And with that, we did see the equity markets rally, and we did see WTI rally initially, pushing it back up to that 55 level from the 54.5 level. But again, really not enough to really dig it out of the hole that it was in throughout most of the day. Looking at the trends in place as well, 57 was the high recently in WTI. And if you look at WTI as a whole, going back the last month or so, really going back the last couple of months, you're still seeing a series of lower highs and lower lows. So I think that, in order for WTI to kind of break that pattern, I think it's important here to point out that if we see this trend back down below 54.5, that would bring the lower end of the range back into play here, and that was around the 51 level. So again, currently the dynamics in the marketplace appear to be putting significant pressure on the WTI space. And if you look at the spread between WTI and Brent, it narrowed significantly today to $5 as we saw Brent sell off much more than WTI.